Hey Devpreneurs, Adam Dix here, and in this video I'm going to share with you a very profitable and extremely effective Facebook advertising video strategy. Now, I didn't come up with this myself. Dennis Yu is a guy that I learned it from and made some tweaks to it, added my flavor, I guess. But Dennis is one of the leading Facebook advertising experts in the world. He consults with like the Golden State Warriors and other billion-dollar brands. So he ain't some Facebook advertiser marketing from his mama's basement or anything like that. This guy knows what he's doing. He's been in the trenches for I don't know how many years in the Facebook advertising trenches, I think 10, 12 years. But again, he is doing it with real big boy brands. But this strategy flat out works. And like I said, I made some tweaks to it, so I'm not claiming this is Dennis's strategy. So I want to share with you three reasons why I absolutely love using video on Facebook, the content strategy to follow, some questions to ask yourself for a content strategy, very, very simple, and then how to produce this in less than 30 minutes a week. So, when I'm talking to business owners, typically about Facebook advertising, most of them have been through, have done Facebook advertising before, and or they've heard negative things about it. And I created a video last week about why your Facebook ads suck that you can check out over here. After this video is done, of course, don't get distracted. Watch this video, then watch that one. And typically they have unrealistic expectations of Facebook advertising. That's usually like 99.9% of people. And then the second one is they don't have the correct strategy in place. That's about 99.9% of people as well. And I talk about it more in that video, that you have to put out content. You have to be engaging with your target audience. There's going to be a small percentage of your target audience who is ready to buy today, about 3%. You need to advertise to the other 97% as well, and that's what we're going to cover in this video. So when I talk to them about creating content, I throw out the idea of video. Unfortunately, 9 out of 10 people are scared to death putting on video. I get it, it's a mindset thing, so then they say anything besides video. And so I said, well, written word, blog post, something like that, and then they don't want to write. So it's only writing, audio, video. That's like the three choices for content production. But anyways, video, and that lies the number one reason why I love video, is your competition's most likely not doing it. Like I said, most are too scared to do it, most overthink it, most overanalyze it. They think they have to have a professional studio, professional camera. All I'm asking is grab your phone and do it when you're outside. You could do it walking your dog. You could do it in the car, not while driving. I don't recommend that. I'm not a fan of that. But pull off into the parking lot, record a video. Anywhere from like 1 minute to 3 minute videos. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out video. Like I said, this fancy bells and whistles. So that's the one reason I love it, is because your competition isn't doing it. So it's a great way to separate yourself from the competition. Number two is it's a great way to accelerate trust. Again, you're going to be putting out content to educate, to entertain, to elevate, to engage with your audience. Even before there's a need for your product or service. It might be 3 months before they need your product or service. It might be 3 years before they need your product or service. But you're putting out this content, and if it's in video format, typically it can accelerate the process, or it condenses the time from when they need that product, because the video just builds trust. That whole picture's worth 1,000 words and 10,000 words, something along those lines. I'm butchering that, and then video's worth like 1,000,000. I can't remember how it is, but that's the power of video. Now, I need to say this: video can also do the opposite. It can work against you. There's people on my channel that'll comment that they don't like my style. That's totally fine. I'm not for them. I swear they don't like that. That's fine. I'll move my arms. I'm animated. Some people don't like that. So there will be people that don't like your style. That's totally fine too. So that's it. Like that. Number two is a great way to accelerate trust. Number three, it seems like Facebook prefers it when you're advertising video. You get more bang for your buck. You can stretch out your dollar. They're going really, really heavy with video to somewhat try to compete with YouTube. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really think it's apples to oranges, or apples to apples, I should say. More like apples to oranges. So they seem to prefer it, and so you get more bang for your buck. And combine that with number two, with accelerating the trust process, or building up the trust process. That's a really powerful combination. So that's why I really, really like video. Is your competition's not doing it. It's a great way to accelerate trust, and then Facebook seems to prefer it. And also, what you can do with Facebook, what they allow you to do is you can create audiences. You set up like I guess you could call them rules on the back end, and I'm going to dive in and show you exactly how to do that here in just a second. You can create rules, and you can create segments of audiences. Let's say people who watch 50% of any of your videos. Let's say you have 50 videos, or let's say 20 videos on your Facebook page, and you can create an audience. Anyone who's watched at least 50% of any of those videos, you can create an audience, and that's going to be a very, very warm audience, because in a sense, they either raise their hand or saying, hey, I'm interested in your product or service because I consumed at least 50% of this video or one of these videos on XYZ topic. They're kind of raising their hand. They're interested in what you have to say. So then you're going to show them like a phase 2 ad, a lead generation ad. Again, we're going to go over this in just a minute of how to set it up and kind of what it looks like, of kind of to take the next step. Hey, I saw you enjoyed my video. You're not going to say this, but this is the thinking behind it. Hey, you've consumed at least 50% of XYZ video. Would you like to book a call? Would you like to schedule a demo? Would you like to register for a webinar? Would you like to download this white paper? Would you like to download this lead magnet? Or whatever it is. You're asking them to kind of take that next step. In a sense, it's a funnel. So a bunch of people are going to watch the video. A certain percentage are going to watch 50% or more of the video. And then a certain percentage of that, again, it's all getting smaller like a funnel, are going to book that call, download that ebook or lead magnet, white paper, case study, whatever it is, register for the webinar. So it's kind of like a Facebook funnel with content. So let's dive right in on how to create the content. The strategy I recommend getting started. You literally can get started this afternoon with just a phone and a couple of these ideas I share, and then how you can do this in less than 30 minutes per week. All right, in this video, we're going to share the Facebook video ad strategy, the content strategy, how to come up with some of the ideas, the content ideas, where to get a couple resources, where to find some questions that your marketplace is likely asking. And basically, this is a video. This should give you more than enough content ideas to last a lifetime, to be completely honest with you. So number one is frequently asked questions. I've talked about this before. These are questions, obviously, questions people might ask when they want to learn more about your area of expertise or knowledge. Now, these aren't questions about your product or service. They're not specific questions about that. It's about your area of expertise or your knowledge, your industry, again, not your specific product or your specific service. The goal with this video is to educate without selling. So, like I said, 1 to 3 minute long videos, one frequently asked question, and you answer it. That is it. You answer that one question per video. I'm going to share an exercise here at the end of this, at the end of these slides, we'll go over the exercise. Let's just say that. Number 3, the third one is talk about your prospects, not you. This is right out of the whole How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, a book I just started reading today, actually. It's been since 2011 since I read it. But anyways, it's about your prospects, not you. It's not about, this isn't a time to talk about you or why you got into business. It's about that specific question. Speaking of that, answer the specific question. It's real easy to get off into the weeds. I'm guilty of it at times. I'm definitely guilty of it at times. But answer the damn question. Whatever question it is, make sure you answer it in that, like I said, that 1 to 3 minute video. And you don't want to be too salesy with it. You don't want to be salesy at all. It's literally education. You're trying to educate the marketplace on that specific question. This creates engagement, connection, and desire. So the next is should ask questions. These are actually my favorite questions. This is where I got this should ask questions. I think Mike Filsaime is a big internet marketer. I think that's who came up with it. I stumbled upon it years and years ago. So these are questions you wish people would ask about your industry, basically. So people don't know what they don't know. This is where you come in. This is where you're going to leverage your 3 years in the industry, your 5 years, your 10 years, your 30 plus years in the industry. How many ever years you've been in the industry? This is where your knowledge is going to shine, because you're going to help these people on questions that they should ask. Let's say you're a real estate agent, just a random example, and you are going to buy a house. What questions would you ask? You're already a realtor with 17 years of experience. What are the top 7 questions you would ask another realtor? these are questions that you would give your potential target, or you give your target market, your potential clients. See what I'm saying? So you're trying to help them. You're not selling them in any way. You're not pitching them. You're basically giving your guidance, your 10, 20, 50 years of experience, and you're trying to help them out. These are the questions that I would ask. These are the questions that you should ask. Again, topics you've spent 5, 10, or even 30 plus years studying and refining to figure out. This is really, really powerful because it pushes you in, you're then positioned as a trusted advisor when you're doing it this way, because you're trying to help them. You're not trying to sell them in any ways. You're truly trying to help that person. Whether they go with you or not, you have to be like outcome. You cannot be dependent on the outcome. And you're truly trying to help them. If they go hire another real estate agent, they hire another real estate agent. That's fine. That's none of your business. You're just out there giving them should ask questions. So knowledge from thousands of hours, hundreds or thousands of hours, depending on how long you've been in the industry, of hours of hard work, practice, making mistakes, working in the trenches. So I've been in the online marketing space since October of 2010. I've made every mistake in the damn book. A lot of mistakes I've made 17 times. The same mistake 17 times. I could sit down and come up with some really powerful should ask questions just from my years and years of knowledge, the mountains of mistakes I've made, and come up with some really, really good ask questions for should ask questions. So that's what I want you to do, whatever industry you're in. You could have hundreds of or thousands of hours of just frustrations that you want to help them avoid. What questions could you help them? So these are great myth busters, especially if you've been in the industry. Like I said, I'm kind of a grizzled veteran in this digital marketing business, and I know a lot of popular myths, and I can bust them just because I've been in it so long. I've heard so many stories. I know what's right or what's true and what's not true. So these should ask questions make for great myth busters. I'm sure there's certain myths in your industry that people think are true, or people they're led on to believe that they're true, and you're going to use your 17 years of experience to bust these myths. So that's another great thing with the should ask questions. Should ask questions, again, are also trust builders and differentiators. This is going to prove how long you've been in the business, and this is going to show, it's going to build instant trust because it's going to be something completely different because, again, you're positioning yourself as that trusted advisor, not trying to just sell them anything. And it's going to differentiate yourself because 99.9% of the market's not doing it. And if you have 20 plus years of experience, it's really going to shine through. Not to say if you don't have 20 years of experience, this isn't going to work. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is the more experience, it's going to be helpful, obviously, but even 2 years experience, that can be a big differentiator because of how you're positioning it, how you're helping them with the questions they should ask. Again, it's basically the same thing. This also creates engagement, connection, desire, trustworthiness, because again, it's something different. You're positioning yourself in a whole new light. So here's some, I just referenced them as sparkers, like some ideas of where to come up with, or questions to come up with, or where to find the questions, I should say, if you're struggling. So your own email inbox, what questions have people sent to you over the years? What testimonials have people sent in? What are topics that are brought up multiple times by clients or potential clients? That's a pretty simple one. Your email inbox is a gold mine. Your own social media channels, what questions are people asking on your social profiles? What topics get the most interest in activity? If you're posting on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, you'll notice which questions get more feedback or more engagement, I should say. And go, oh, okay, people are more interested in that one. I'm going to talk about that more. Your reviews. Check out Google reviews, or Google and Yelp and whatever, Facebook, whatever platform. Find the common themes in your reviews. What are people saying that you do better? What are people saying that you do different? What are people enjoying? I like this about XYZ. What are people surprised by if they share that? The next one is competitors' social media channels. This is a great one. Find other reviews. Find reviews on competitors. What are they talking about? What do they like? I really enjoyed that XYZ provided this service, or they were not always on time, such a bad one. Punctual, you should be punctual. But see what other people are talking about on your competitors, what they really enjoy. Maybe the negative reviews, there's a lot of gold in there too. I was really disappointed the process took a lot longer. Oh, okay, so people want a shorter process, or whatever it is, what topics get the most interest and activity, again, on other people's, on your competitors' social media channels and or reviews. Competitors' reviews, I kind of jumped ahead of myself a little bit. What's the common theme? What do people praise them for? What do people not like about them? The big players in your industry, check out their blogs, their social channels, their reviews, their offer pages. What are the common topics that they address? Remember, your viewpoints on the same popular topics are unique, great material for content, and position you as someone they want to know and can learn to like and begin to trust. So your goal is to obtain these common questions, topics, and issues from those you share your viewpoint in short videos that can be shared on social media and blog posts via email or any other appropriate medium. Again, don't overthink this. It's a pretty simple thing. Once you get into the groove of it, and here's a little exercise to... Whoops, I went a little bit out of order here. So another Sparkers, or I guess this should probably be titled Resources, Amazon.com. This is a great place to do any type of customer research. I've talked about it many, many times before. Check out the descriptions and reviews of products similar to what you sell. This is obviously if you're not a service-based business. Quora, one of my absolute favorite websites. Your target market, I promise you, it doesn't matter what you sell, what product you sell, what service you sell, your target market is in there. They might not be like in your state if you're like a local, let's say a local insurance agent or a loan officer, a real estate agent, but I promise you people are on Quora asking about buying a home, getting a loan, homeowners insurance, life insurance, whatever it is Quora is it's a gold mine. It's a great place to position yourself as the expert, to start answering questions, to jump in. Up to date, I think I have like 130 answers on Quora. I use it mainly. I really enjoy answering questions, but I also come up with a ton of content ideas, YouTube video ideas, email ideas, social media posts. So you can do the same. That's a great resource. And then obviously YouTube, industry expert videos about your topic. The comments in the videos, there is a gold mine. I'm just starting to learn this the more and more I do YouTube videos. People are telling you what they want, what they're struggling with, what they need. And from what I found out, or from what I've read, not in every industry, of course, but at least in the online space, this is what people struggle with. This. Mindset, fear of judgment, fear of failure. It's amazing. It's not the how-to, because obviously they're on YouTube. They can find out how to do anything, pretty much anything with a YouTube search or a Google search, but this is where everyone struggles with. So the last little bit here is the exercise that I want you to do. So I want you to set a timer for 3 minutes. So you can do it right after this video. You can pause it, do it for 3 minutes. Sit down with a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and on the left side write FAQs, and on the right side write SAQs. And just for 3 minutes, jot down as many frequently asked questions on the left, and then as many frequently asked should ask questions on the right. See how many you can get in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it takes. And you should be able to come up with, it depends how long you're in the industry, obviously. The longer you're in the industry, I find, the easier it is to come up with these questions, right off the top of your head, especially those frequently asked questions. You might be able to list 50 in just a matter of a few minutes if you've been in the industry a long time. So this is a great exercise to get started, and then go back and use those other areas. Like I said, the competitors' comments, or competitors' social media profiles or reviews, your social media profiles, your reviews, Quora, Amazon, those other resources. But I'd get started here, jot down as many as you possibly can. Maybe 10 minutes, or do this exercise 3 times at 3 minutes each, and then go use those other resources. But this is a very, very powerful and extremely profitable. There you have it, Dadpreneurs, an extremely effective video marketing campaign on Facebook. Quite profitable, too. Again, this is a campaign that's working for you. It's taking the best of both worlds. You're branding yourself by putting out a ton of videos. Over time, people are going to watch those videos and become leads, book appointments, whatever it is. So you're branding on that initial phase, and then phase number 2 is the direct response or the lead generation phase. So you're marrying the two together. It's really, really profitable. If you need to set up Facebook custom audiences with the video, check out my video up in the corner there. It'll show you how to set up Facebook custom audiences with videos and do that phase 1 and phase 2 approach. Also, if you like these types of videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you click that little bell notification, because it'll alert you. I put out new videos every Monday and Thursday for your viewing pleasure. As always, if you have comments, questions, or concerns, drop them down below. I will do my absolute best to answer them. If I can't answer them, I will find someone or some resource and try to point you in the right direction, I should say. So as always, I appreciate you watching. Thank you.